Hi, welcome back to another lesson. In our last lesson, we treated edit products, where you can edit products. So this is working fine now, but what we need to look at is that this operation is supposed to be done by someone who has administrative privilege on our application. It shouldn't be for anybody. So due to this, we are going to do some kind of rearrangements into our application so that it will be for those that have the privilege. So how do we go about this? The first thing we are going to do is, this is the folder structure of what we have inside my shop. We have the Bootstrap, the images folder, and all these files. Because this is our products page, the edit product, they are supposed to be for an admin. That is the reason why we are going to create another folder here and call the folder admin folder. You can see, I click on this new folder. So I've created the admin folder. So we're going to, let's go to the main directory where we have this, my shop. This is the admin folder we just created now. I'm going to move this into the admin folder. Then the product.php, we can move it, we can rename, copy rather. So let me copy for now, copy it and drop it inside the admin folder. The header, we're going to, we can leave it as it is. Because, I said it that we're going to do some kind of arrangement. So this product.php will probably be renamed to be index, so that it will be the first page that user will see when they come into this website. So now, if we go to our browser and click on refresh, we won't see this again. But if we go to /admin/product.php, then it's showing, but we have some errors. Why? We have error to connection to DB Connect because DB Connect is outside here. I intentionally let it be, and the product is inside admin. The same thing will happen to edit products. So what we need to do is to reference that where it is. So I'm going to come to the product page here, connect to DB Connect. Now there is a way you can go back to reference a page or a module or a file in PHP. You do /, that is, go backward and to the root folder and pick DB Connect. By this, it should be fine. Yeah, so we still have one more thing to do. This goes to the header.php. Yes, the header.php where we include it. We also need to go there and do the same thing. Wherever we include the header.php here, that's it. Say /. Alright, let's see what we have right now. Fine, it's working fine now. So the images as well, we need to do that. The images, we have to change a lot of things here. Okay, so the path to the images will also be /, then where we display it. That is why it's good we make it a variable. Here to the same thing, dot slash. So go into the main image folder and delete. Then where we show the image, here where we show the image, let me get that dots. Then we show image, okay, down here, this place too, it will be dot slash. All right, by this I think we should be fine, and that's it. The image is showing now. Let's see if we add the products. What will happen? Will the image be uploaded where it's supposed to be? Product added successfully, and then get the image. So, which means everything is working as expected. Now, if we now go back to our page, ordinarily, which is the index, yes, it's still bringing us to what we have because we rename our products, former products, to index. So what we need to do on this one now is to take out all these admin operations, this and the edit button. Then probably we can change this to a card, Bootstrap card. So let's first of all remove all those things that we don't want users to have access to, like taking for instance, I'm coming back to remove all those. We don't need this form here. We are not going to be saving anything. So the modal for hard product is going. That's it. So this one that says table starts here. So the table, well, let's leave the table for now. Then the edit and delete, they are also going. So their TD is right from here and it ends here. Even the entire row, no, not the entire row, the TD for edit and delete, they are going to be gone. Okay, so that's it. So here we don't need this action again, and then we're only showing our products. So which means here we don't need actions again. But even by that, we might not. Let's make it look real as it's supposed to be. So let us go ahead and look for card. So that our product, individual products, will be displayed like a card. Let me show you what a card is. I go to getbootstrap.com, card. So let's look at cards in Bootstrap. You will get what I am saying now. This is how a card looks like. You see this? So if you have this one for one product, another one beside it for another product, another one beside it for another product. Look at it. So this is what I mean by a product. So the product image will show here, the product name will show here, then here will be for the price and other information, and then we have a button that will say add to cart. So this is the code down here. Then we can copy that, take this into our page. So here where we have this CR, we don't need it anymore. What we just have to do is to take it out. So how do we go about that? The TR, come right here to the TR here. Yes, here we take it out. Take it out. In fact, the everything in with the echo as well. We are not echoing things again now. Okay, so this is what we have here. Remember that it is HTML that will stand here. We put the HTML here because we Let me see, we are supposed to have stopped PHP somewhere around this. Okay, PHP stops here before. So we need to, okay, just have to type that back again when we are done with this. Okay, here we don't need this tr again, so here we stop PHP, that's fine. So we can put our card here, that's it. Then the table body and all this, we don't need it. Again, the table, we don't need the table again. I take it out. Now let me see what we have on our page. Okay, so we have card, and this is showing for, like, we have two products, so it's showing for each product. It's not just bringing out the products, but it's telling us that we have two products and it's showing it. So now, apart from this, what do we need to do? We need to here, before, where we clear our table, we still have the table closed here. Yes, we leverage on that. So I want to create a div that will have a class. I'll close the div and here remove this. We have a class of row. So we have a class row. Then our card styled with hrm. Well, we can leave that for now. Now let's see what we have after putting the row. So we open it here, we can close it down right here where we have the table. Okay, so this should be for div. That, so I will see what we can do with that table close. Let's see if we are not going to need another div for that. Okay, so let's check now what our divs. Yeah, so they are not showing beside each other. That's the function of that row. Then we have a card. Alright, so I think we can let this go for now. We don't have any table anymore. Now, what do we have here? What do we want to be showing right here? Will now be, we already have everything stored inside the row, so we just come right here and say in the image where we have card image top source is empty, so I'm going to put source to have this to be images slash, then we create a PHP, we close the PHP, and here we echo row image. This is showing. So let us confirm that we get the image of each product, and that's it. So we get their images. Then so we might need to do a kind of styling that will maintain a specific image size. Though we can do that above, that's all our images we use as a styling. We have to create a CSS that will style all images we have on our page. Okay, but let's continue for now. We'll leave that as it is. Okay, so here the image, you can just say width shouldn't be more than No. 50 pixel. Let's see what happens. Let's see 50 pixel. No, because the image itself has there's a class that is managing the image size and all that. Okay. So for us to do this, we might need to create our own CSS and make it important. We'll do that later. Now we are showing the image. Then where we are having title, we are going to copy this. PHP echo what? The title of the product name. Echo product name. So at the time we see this, you can see that we get the product name right here. Then the price and other things that we may want to display. So here inside this paragraph card text, I will go ahead and put here a price. Okay, so if we come now and check, what do we have? We have the price, but it's not showing like a currency. It's not showing like a currency, but at least we have it there. So we can, if you are dealing with dollar, you can put the dollar symbol right here. If you are dealing with naira, you do the naira symbol right there. So we don't need this dot. Let's check what we have right now, and that's it. We have $1,500. So if we want to use naira, though you can do something, you can create a currency table where you'll be adding different currencies, and then you add a column in your database for currency type, so that as you are adding the product, you select all the currencies, and that will drop down, create a drop down where it will drop down, you select the currency, and as you are saving the product, you have a column that will reference the currency column. But here we just want to keep everything to be simple as it is, so we are using our hand to add code the currency. Now here will now be add to cards. Okay, so that's it for each product. We get that now. You can see add to cards. So the image that I said we might need to control. So let's look at the size of this one, and then we maintain that for every one of them, or we look at this one and use that way. So let me look at this. If you right click here and inspect, this will give you the opportunity to know this is the card image top. Now this one sets the border radius, this one set the weight to be 100%. Then we might need to look at other things that is actually setting the image size. So let's look at whatever setting the image size, and if we cannot find any, we can go ahead and declare our own. We did not see anyone that has to do with the, but this one that say with, let me see if we adjust this to be 80% for instance, you can see that is like working on the entire page. It's not particular about the actual image size. Okay, so this one is just adjusting the entire image. So what we do is we can come to this page. Let me see if that will work. If I come right here in the header, create a style, and say this has card image top. So we can say it's the only image tag that we have here. So I can say img then width, or we can just set maximum width 50 pixel, then importance. This will make it will force it to be 50 pixel. Let's check that if it is allow it. See, it forced the image to be on 50 pixel rather, and you can see it has cancelled this one right here. So we need to increase it more than that. Let me put it at 150 for instance. I guess that should be fine. But yet it's still affecting the image side. I think this has to do with the quality of the image that you are bringing in. It has to do with the quality of the image you are bringing in. Alright, so we might let that out, or we just leave it as it is. It depends on how we want it to be done. You can leave it like this, or you let it have the styling. Alright, so let's move on. So now we have been able to adjust our page to be in card, but there is something I want us to say, that they are joined together, no space here. So we may need to come to our card, the first card, this class card, that's what we are regenerating. So I'm going to create a margin. In Bootstrap, we have margin, we have padding, the CSS padding and margin. We know that our CSS padding and margin takes out of something. Here is like we have margin. Margin is the outer of this element. How do you want space you want between this element and another element that is beside it? Then padding is inside, from the element inside inward. How do you want space? How much space do you need? Right there. So the margin and padding now have top, right, bottom, left. That's the arrangement. That's how you set. It takes 4 parameters. So now let's say, for instance, if I should say margin in CSS, I want to style. So if I just say 2 pixel, this will apply to all the 4 sides. But if I say no, 2 pixel, 3 pixel, that means top left. That's what it means. If I put the third one, 4 pixel, that is top, right, bottom. Then if I now put the fourth one, that means I'm putting for the right. So it's either you do it one or you do all. But in Bootstrap, you don't have to start typing your own styling. Bootstrap categorize margin to, you say you shorten it to be M, and then you put whatever value you want to put there. If it is padding, you use P. So it now has MT, that is MT means margin top. It has MR, margin right, MB, margin bottom, and LM, margin left. The same thing for P. We have PT for padding top, PR for margin right, PB for padding bottom, and PL for padding left. Then you put your number. So here I'm just saying, when you now use ordinary M, it means for all the sides. Just exactly as you do when you are doing on your normal CSS. So by the time you will do this, then we get space in between the divs. Alright, so now we have been able to adjust our page so that this is what users will see by the time they come into our website. What they will see is this page, and then they'll be able to do what? Click on add to cart. But nothing is happening right now because we need something to work to make this work. And how do we go about that? So for us to make the page to work so that we can start adding to cart, we need to make some adjustments. The first thing is I want this place to be showing number of items in our carts, and this is coming from the header. Remember, it is coming from the header. So this nav is coming from the header. Let's go on and check it. If we come here, you can see something else here, another action, another home link. The search part of it is coming here. I intentionally separate that so that to reduce the code will be seen on each page, so that we just go straight into our implementation, not like we'll be scrolling too much to get to a particular part of our work. So what do we want to do here? What we want to do here right now is to be able to navigate, to be able to add to cart, and then the carts will now be increasing. We will need probably maybe a cart icon. If we can get that through Bootstrap, let me check. Say icon, and then let's see if we have. So it's asking us to check some of these icons from Bootstrap. So why? Okay, this is not going right now. We can leave that. Let me check for another icon type. Okay, so we have this right now. So let me just search for cards if we're going to get any card icon. Well, anyway, if we get any icon, the card icon, I think what we'll do is we just go ahead and add it to our page, but this is not coming up right now. Let me see. Okay, so let's continue. That's what we are doing. What I want to do is I want to change this part to represent that card. So how do we go about that? I'm going to the HTML now, the header. This is the search part. So I'm going to remove the form, search, remove the closing of the form, then inside our button, this input form control, this one that says ME, let me see, MR, then type search, this with that. I don't think we need this. What we actually need is the button down here, button outline success, and btn outline success. We have to remove the type. We don't need the type because this button, they are not meant to be submitting it. It's just the class outline success. Then we have to do some adjustment here. Say my 2. My means top and bottom. So we have my, we have mx, or py or px. So y axis, and x axis. So y axis is top and bottom. Ys is x is left and right. Okay, so we are just setting this to adjust our button. So let's check what the button looks like now. We get a long search, and this one has not changed. So let me come back here, remove this search. After this, something else will be there. Let me take it down. btn outline sources. Then our search, this one, you can leave this one as it is actually, and let it be. Okay, so now let me check the form, the button, and see what it looks like. So it's very tiny now. So what do we need to put there? What we are going to do is that we are going to, in between it, rather than having search that we have the other time, what I'll do is that I will create a variable cat is equal to, now ordinarily what we are supposed to have is to say not empty if there is what is called session that we can use to store values. So here we want to create a session for cat. So that's what we are checking, that if the session is not empty, then what will this guy do? We put question mark. What should he do? If this is not empty, then we are going to count whatever we have inside this session. Remember, I said this session is to store things. We'll count session, otherwise, then this column means otherwise 0. I'm doing it in an expression way. This another way. This simply means if it is empty, session cat. If it is not empty, the session cat, then count what is in the session. Otherwise, that means it is empty, then put 0 here. So let's see, then we will now echo the cat, echo the variable cat. Remember, we've set it to be like, if you are empty, then show 0, otherwise show whatever that is inside the cat, count whatever that is inside. So okay, so this is showing directly exactly as I have put it there, meaning that it's not wrapped around PHP. Whenever you see similar thing like that, that means this is not wrapped around PHP, because the page is not being read as a PHP page. PHP, then where do we echo it? We cross our PHP, close it. So now if we come here, and then we get our cat to be 0, because right now there is nothing inside the cat. There is nothing inside the cart right now. That's why it is showing 0. So by the time we start adding things, we'll be getting whether the cart is 1 or the cart is 2 or thereabouts. Okay, so now what we want to do next is that whenever they click on this button add to cart, this should be incrementing based on the product they click on. So, and then when you come here, you can go ahead and view your whatever you have added to the cart and continue with your checkout and order. So in that case, we'll come here. This is the card. Let's go back to the index. This is the card where we are displaying everything. So in this case, what I want to do is that at first I want to store all these things that I am displaying right here. I want to do something like, as they click on this add to cart button, there should be a kind of a form. So we wrap this inside a form. This card items. So what I will do now is from here to this place where we have, let me see, we have the card opened right here. We have image, we have the card div for the card body. So this is the card body. So now when they click on our phone, then it will be inside the card. So here we are going to create a form right here, form. So we close the form right here. Remember, we put it before after the card, and the card ends here. Oh, no, this table. Okay. So the card ends here. We close it. Okay, we open the form here. So our form is going to have a method. Form we have a method to be what? Posts. Because we are going to be posting back the products as we click on add to cart. And then after this, then we'll create some hidden fields. We all know that our form, when you do input like this, it will give you a form where you can enter something. If I should come here now, you'll be seeing that I can start entering something here. Yeah. But if I now say, okay, it is a type that is hidden, then you can't type, you can't see it again, you won't be able to type. It's gone, but it is still there. So that's what we're going to use to hold something. So it will look like you have a form displayed beneath this card, and the form it will look exactly like our edit page. You know, our edit page is showing a form, but yet it's showing now it's not inside admin. So we have to admin / yeah, I know this will not work because of some certain thing that has changed. So let's just continue with our page, no problem. So what I just want you to know that there is a form beneath this page. So that form is what we are now going to use to hold all this information back that we are going to post back into the cart order page, our checkout page for the order. So for this one, if you have name equal to, we are going to hold everything about that product, the ID and every other thing. And the value here, the value won't show, but at least it will be there. Because when you are posting something from a form, you are posting the value. So what we will have here, we're going to put the PHP in the value. Here it is the ID of the product at first, inside the hidden field. If I change it back to text, you will see what I'm doing. I should come here now. You can see we are getting the ID of those products, the ID. So I'm going to do the same thing for others. So let me change this back to hidden so that we can copy it and create more fields. Let me create 5 of that, because everything about the product is what we need. So we need the product name. Product name. So we come here, change this one to be product name, this one to be product name. We need the price. Price. We need the image of the product in case we also want to display the image in our cart page. So we put the image there. Then quantity, name quantity. This one is going to be different. The way we want to handle this is quite going to be different. There is nothing that concerns our users with the quantity of product that we have. Even we are not displaying the remaining quantity on the page. See here, their own is just to see the name, the price, and click on add to cart. So if we are out of stock or anything, it depends on us. So that one is another thing to handle separately. But in this case, the route we are going through is just to show the product to the user, add to cart and checkout. So that is, we are not going to be displaying the quantity. So in this case, as you are sending it out, at first, when a user clicks on add to cart, the value is going to be 1. So on that checkout page, you can now increase the number of quantity you want or thereabouts. Okay, so now we are going to set this to be 1. The quantity is 1 initially. So when we get to the other page, you can now increase your order by changing the number. Alright, so that is what we have now. So we are sending this back as a form into the page. So here, as you click on add to cart, it will go ahead and send all these ones back to our page. Now how do we now undo this? So the button here that says add to cart, we now need a name. We're going to change it. It is just ordinary A now, so we're going to change it to be a button. It won't just be this. Let's make it a button. A button that we have type submit, and then the name will be add to carts. So this is the name we'll check on our page to see if they click on the button, and then when they click, we grab all these ones and store them into wherever we want to store them. So now let's go ahead and implement that. So we are going to check on the top of the page. On the top of the page, we're going to clear out all these ones that we have there. We clear all these ones. You can leave this. We close this one here. So we look at every other thing later on. So let's make the implementation of our cart into another lesson. Thank you very much.